Thank you. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This year, U.S. Islamic World Forum is coupled with new characteristics because I had participated earlier in the conferences in Doha. The fact that real changes are taking place in the Islamic world, in the Arab world, has made this event a very special one. And the fact that it is held in the United States, that's an added value. And so taking the opportunity of this conference, I visited the United States, and apart from participating in the conference, I've had visits, meetings with the administration, with the Senate and Congress. But it's interesting that throughout the Middle East and North Africa, real changes has taken place or continue to take place. Afghanistan, which new life, new beginning started 10 years ago. The situation is still, unfortunately, a complicated one. A lot has been achieved in the past 10 years, but it's still to consolidate those achievements. We have a long way to go. And sometimes when I see when I hear that even the leaders who didn't believe in any reform or any change, positive change, in line with the demands of their people, they are making those changes. But unfortunately, in some cases in Afghanistan, the leadership, the current leadership, Mr. Karzai is in a sort of reverse gear. We have a constitution. He has violated the constitution in 21 times. We have a parliament. He has created a special tribunal. But nevertheless, there are lots of hopes, in those hopes based on the inspirations of the Afghan people, which they are the real advocates of change, and hopefully we will see positive changes in the coming years in Afghanistan as well. So I'll suffice with that very short introduction and leave time for questions. Yes, please.
Hi, I'm Karen Zaitolo from AFP. What are your thoughts on the idea of going to talks with the Taliban? Do you think that that's a good path to go down? Or?
The idea itself, I have no problem with it. But what are the conditions that makes that possible? And what is the sort of circumstances envisaged? And what is the outcome envisaged? That is important. Sort of unconditional talks and just begging the Taliban to make peace, releasing Taliban prisoners and letting them join the battlefield once again, and without any guarantee or any assurance from the Taliban side. That's something which is not acceptable to the people of Afghanistan. I mentioned about the achievements of the past 10 years. Among them are the awareness of the people about their rights, human rights, women's rights, the right to education, the right to participation. These are all values and principles which Taliban are utterly against. And their aim is, of course, to take Afghanistan back to the old days. So Taliban accepting the constitution of Afghanistan and giving up violence and severing links with terrorist organizations, if they accept those initial basic conditions, then the door should be open. But why is it that the government of Afghanistan is not capable of moving ahead in what it claims in terms of peace and reconciliation? Because this government has failed to deliver to the people. Majority of the people of Afghanistan, they don't want the return of the Taliban, but they don't want peace, but just peace, a peace which is acceptable and ensures a future for all the citizens of the country, rather than handing it over to the hands of groups like Taliban, which will going to take it backward. So, in principle, I I would like to see the process of reconciliation taking root, but when it comes to the actual things which are happening today, we don't see such a process, and also the conditions are not set right by Mr. Karzai in talking to the Taliban, and Taliban are only taking advantage of this situation and strengthening themselves rather than being weakened as a result of the process. Okay?
Any other questions?
Thank you. Thanks.